Hey, it's Damone, and this is the Natty Stories podcast. On today's episode, our guest Kafista Scott will talk about why she attended college and how the student loan debt that she incurred affects her life 14 years after completing her first degree. A lot of us were taught growing up about the importance of attending college, but we weren't taught so much about student loan debt and how it would affect us and how it would be the ultimate money eater. If you've attended college and you had to utilize those student loans, then you probably can relate. So stay tuned.
You're listening to Natty Stories Podcast with Damone.
My guest today, Kafista Scott, 13-year educator. Welcome in. Glad to have you on today. Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here. So tell us, why did you attend college? Why did I go to college? That's a very good question. I was taught growing up by my father that education was key, that education was important, that going to college after I graduate, it was important. I was taught at a very early age. And my father passed when I was 11 years old. And when he passed, I wasn't encouraged. I didn't have that encouragement anymore. So I really didn't care too much about going to college by the time I was 18 in the 12th grade. That was out the door. And when I was in my senior year of high school, I had a choice to make. I had to decide whether or not I wanted to go to college. My friends were going to college and we all had like a band scholarship. And so I decided, okay, I got this little scholarship and I'm going to go. I'm going to try it out, and see what happens. So I went, and my first semester in school, I completely bombed. My grades were horrible. I received a letter that said that I was on academic probation. And I was enjoying college so much that I was like, oh my goodness, I need to change this. I do not want to go back home. I don't want to go back to my home. I don't want to go back. So I decided that I was going to pull my grades up, and I pushed and I pushed and I pushed more. And I pulled myself out of academic probation that first semester. I had all A's and B's and maybe a C. But I pulled myself out of academic probation. And I just pretty much enjoyed the rest of college, but I made sure I buckled down to do my classwork and to focus on what was really important, and that was my future. And my future was, I wanted to be able to provide for my family when I decided to start a family. I wanted to be able to travel, to see new places. And because I did go to college, I was able to do so much before I had my If you were to win the Natty Stories Scholarly $1 million payoff, how would that change your life? If I were to win the Natty Stories Scholarly $1 million college debt payoff, it will give me a chance to not only pay on those student loans, but it will give me a chance to increase my credit score rating. If I am a winner, it would definitely give me a chance to save a little bit more money to put as a down payment for a new home, as well as take vacations with my family. The Natty Stories podcast is brought to you by none other than Natural Light. Thank you for visiting Natty Stories podcast, and we're certainly happy that you took the time out of your day to come and talk to us about why you went to college and the effects of student loan debts. Thank you, and have a good day. Thank you for having me.
You're listening to Natty Stories Podcast with Damone.